I want to share with you the games featured in this video, as they are all games that I truly love to play. Please remember that this is just my personal opinion, and you may have a different one. The games are not ranked in any particular order, they are all the best for me. We're kicking things off with a stunning game that not only boasts an engaging story, but is also a work of art itself. Just look at this. Papetura is a short atmospheric adventure game featuring a unique world entirely crafted out of paper, accompanied by beautiful, delicate music. It follows the tale of two small creatures whose home is at risk of being destroyed by fire, a fire monster of a kind. Puzzles are a part of a story. Let me tell you, I was captivated by this game. And most importantly, this game includes a cat. And in my opinion, a game with a cat is a perfect game. While we are in this realm, I'd like to recommend a few more fantastic games. First up is Limbo, a mysterious puzzle platform game. I love the story, the abundance of secrets and the eerie atmosphere. My husband introduced me to this game along with Inside about 5 years ago, and it started my love for this genre of games. Speaking of Inside, this game is also on my top list. It's a dark, narrative-driven platformer that combines intense action with challenging puzzles. I'm a big fan of its moody art style, ambient soundtrack and unsettling atmosphere. I don't want to spoil anything, but the ending is truly something else. If you haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it. Next up is Samorost 3, an exploration, adventure and puzzle game where you can travel across space to 9 unique worlds, filled with colorful challengers, creatures and surprises to discover. The beautiful artwork, sound and music truly bring the game to life. For me, the music is the best part. It's so well made that you have to play the game to fully appreciate it. Trust me, you will absolutely love this story and art style too. Let's take a look at the next game on the list, Sniper Elite 4. It's funny how this game was also introduced to me by my husband a few years ago, and it quickly became one of my favorite obsessions. The game offers hours of engaging gameplay in expansive campaign levels filled with numerous enemies, vehicles and high-ranking officers to track down. You have the freedom to create your own path to accomplish your objectives, discover new sniper spots, find secret side missions and collectibles. The game's world is visually stunning, and the sound of running and shooting serve as a satisfying ASMR experience for me. There is so much to explore, and you have the flexibility to choose how you want to play, making each experience different. I play this game every week or so for fun and relaxation. Similarly, Sniper Elite 3 offers the same experience and is just as good as Sniper Elite 4, but with different maps, locations and more narrative-driven missions, I would say. This game also serves as my weekly relaxing pastime. I'm a sucker for unique art, music and storytelling, and all of these elements are beautifully combined in the game Children of Silentown. It's a dark adventure game that follows the story of Lucy, a girl growing up in a village deep in the forest inhabited by monsters? People disappearing is a common occurrence, and Lucy, now old enough, decides to investigate on her own. However, she quickly learns that the forest is peaceful during the day, but filled with roars of monsters at night. This game is a hand-drawn, point-and-click adventure with a captivating story. The music is crucial, and Lucy's ability to sing becomes important during her adventure. The game also features a cat, which makes it even more perfect for me. Depending on choices made while playing, you can experience different endings. My ending was bittersweet, and I found myself in tears by the end. Speaking of games with different endings and where your choices really matter, I'd like to recommend two games, Heavy Rain and Vampyr. How far will you go to save someone you love? This is the best description of the game Heavy Rain. It's a gripping psychological thriller filled with countless twists and turns. The game revolves around the hunt for a murderer known as the Origami Killer. You'll control 4 characters, each following their own leads, in a desperate attempt to prevent the killer from claiming a new victim. You'll need to think fast and act even faster, as every choice and move you make can result in dramatic, game-changing consequences and even determine who lives and who dies. How the story ends is entirely up to you. I've played this game multiple times in order to try to make different choices, and it's impressive how different the game can be while still telling the same story. I just finished playing Vampyr, and I have to say it's an amazing game. I'm surprised that it's not getting more attention because it's a masterpiece. In the game you play as Dr. Jonathan Reed, a newly turned vampire. As a doctor, you need to find a cure for the city's flu-ravaged citizens. But as a vampire, you're cursed to feed on the people you're trying to save. Throughout the game, you have to make tough choices and face the consequences of your actions, which can ultimately save or doom London. The story is full of interesting characters, side quests, and different ways to play the game. I've played it a few times, and it's a different experience every time. The voice acting and music in the game are top-notch, making it well-made and enjoyable experience overall. I highly recommend Vampyr if you're into investigation, combat, and even little romance. Last but not least game for this video is Soma. It's a fantastic game set in a detailed world with an engaging plot and just the right amount of suspense and terror. If you enjoy horror, there is a lot to love about Soma. It surpassed my expectations for a psychological science fiction horror story. It's stunning and terrifying, with elements of cyberpunk and biopunk creating a dystopian nightmare. The existential dilemmas present in the story are mind-bending. Soma is a game that you'll play physically at least once, but it will continue to play in your mind for the rest of your life. All of the games I mentioned in this video are available on my channel for you to check out. Feel free to take a look. That's all for today. What are your thoughts on these games? Are you familiar with them or have you played any? Please share your opinion in the comments below, and if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!